everyone. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Mavi, and I lead the Information Protection Customer Experience team. And with me, I have my experts. I have Adam here, Rafael, and Enrique. And together, we are going to talk about how to accelerate your deployment of Microsoft Information Protection solutions. So what we're going to talk about today is we all know that we have a lot of challenges in managing our data. We're going to update you about our latest announcements and where we're at right now. And we're going to talk about how we want to start our Microsoft Information Protection journey, because that is a journey. This is not just right-click and that's it and everything works in your organization. We're going to do it in the crawl, walk, run approach, and my team will going to walk you through it. We're going to do some demos. I know a lot of people love demos, so stay for the demos. And then we're going to talk about summary and next steps. So you all know this. Data today is exploding. Up until a few years ago, we used to manage people. We used to tell them, OK, you come to the office, you punch your card, you work. Today, we're not managing people anymore. We're managing data. And we have a lot of challenges because we have documents, and they are everywhere. They're in our mobile phone, they're in our laptop, desktop, in the cloud, on-prem, wherever you go, we have documents. We need to protect all the sensitive information in our organization, and we need to know how to do that. So what's your strategy for protecting and governing all this data in your organization? Do you know where your business critical and sensitive data resides? Do you know? A lot of organizations say, yeah, of course we do, but when we walk them through, they are shocked to realize how many sensitive information they have that they didn't even know about. So you know where these data? Do you have the controls to actually protect this data? Do you know what to do inside and outside your organization? And are you using multiple solutions to classify, label, and protect this data? So we're going to cover all of this in our presentation. Basically, what we're going through is a life cycle of know your data, govern your data, and protect your data. We are doing this in, as I said, in the crawl, walk, run approach, which the team will walk you through in 2 slides from now. So everyone in the information protection space who already owns AIP and work with AIP knows that this is already available today, manual and label built in. We have that in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook. We have that on-prem. We have that on iOS, Android, and Windows. However, our latest updates, you want to do some drums? So right now, this is brand new. Manual labeling is now available in all platforms. On-prem, online, SharePoint, wherever you want, however you want it, this is available, and we just announced it in Ignite. If you have participated in our last sessions, yesterday we had a keynote that walked through all of these announcements, and we have more we'll share with you later. This is what we're talking about. That is Microsoft Information Protection, and now you have the ability to classify and protect your data wherever you go. And with that, let the team of experts actually walk you through our solutions.
Thank you, Mavi. Thank you guys for coming. Again, Rafael Dominguez, part of the CXC team. Hopefully some of my customers in the audience. Anybody that knows me? Yay, there it is. Yeah, we decided to go with this traditional approach of crawl, walk, run. Just kind of show you how you quickly can get started deploying AIP. It's a journey. It's not a destination. You got to pace yourself. Like every other enterprise project that you do, you want to start at the beginning. You want to learn. You want to iterate. You want to grow from there. So let me fill up this slide here. These are just maybe a different view of the slide that Mavi just showed on all the different areas and places where you can have classification applied today. So we have clients, as you know, we just mentioned we cover all the different platforms that you probably have in your enterprise, and also PowerShells. We can now have integration with Power BI, which is a new announcement at Ignite. So that's pretty nice because you can now label your Power BI dashboards and reports, and can also apply label to those files when they get downloaded. MCAS, you probably have played with that already, and many of you have. We have an SDK, which our partners are taking and integrating into the solution. So Adobe released native integration for labeling on their applications. We're working with Semantics and others. So feel free to stop by the booth and we can discuss any particular ISVs that you work with that may not have labeling yet. So happy to work together with you to encourage them to support labeling as well. So lots of different places that we can cover and help you apply labels across the enterprise. So you have, this is kind of, again, the framework that we came up with to try to make it simple and give you an idea where to start, because it can be a daunting, as that slide that I just showed you has so much in it, it can be overwhelming. We hear that feedback from customers. So we wanted to break it down in just simple steps that you can get started. And we're going to be walking you through some of those later. So to start with, what can we do? We can start with discovery. We talked about that using the scanner. Today we have other forms of discovery, of course. If you have the client deploying in your endpoint, you will know that when users are opening those documents and creating emails, that metadata and activity logs get sent to a centralized location. And so that's one form of discovery. But if you have file shares, on-prem SharePoint, using the scanner, that's a quick way to start. And again, it just gives you huge visibility into your data set right away without impacting users. Of course, defining your labels, that's a big first step. So make sure that you come up with a set of labels that are easily understood, but also don't try to boil the ocean. Don't try to come up with 20 labels at first. That's not a good strategy. We want you to start with broadly applicable labels, maybe start with 3 or 4 that are applicable across the enterprise, and start with that. Find some friends and family business units that will help you get those labels in the hands of users and get some feedback. So start with defining your classification and keep it simple, keep it short, just a few labels to begin with. The next one is, let's do manual labeling. I know that you're going to be hearing a lot from different places and different people that you want to probably go and automate label classification because it's too much burden on the users. I think we haven't yet seen that approach work, as this team can testify. Automation has its place if you want, and we're going to be talking, Adam's going to be talking you through that. So start with manual labeling. And again, of course, feel free to mix and match the approaches here, but we found that taking this crawl, walk, run approach is the best way to go. Perhaps set a default label. We give you the ability to have a default label that is different for Outlook than the Word, Excel, PowerPoint applications. So setting a default label is a good way to start getting your users used to the concept of labeling, classifying data, and without much burden on them. And then we have this new pop-up for DLP in Outlook on Windows. So this is, again, another nice way to remind users about the classification. If you have a confidential label that you want to make sure that data classified as confidential doesn't leave the organization, this is a good way to start reminding users that they shouldn't send this type of data outside the organization. So quick and easy to configure. You can warn the users, you can ask them to justify why they want to send the email out, or you can just outright block it and prevent it. So that's a crawl phase. Simple. You can pick and choose from those where you want to start. Of course, the second one there, I would say it's a must-have. You got to have labels defined so that you can proceed to the next steps. But if you don't have that yet, you can actually start with discovery. Doesn't require you to have any label because you're not going to be applying any label at this stage. That's something you do later on. So what can I gain by doing just the basics, essentially, from the crawl space, right? This is about discovery of your data. Mavi talked about know your data. Well, this is going to tell you where your data is, the sensitivity within those documents. It's going to help you prevent accidental sharing of confidential information if you implement a pop-up. Or, data leakage because someone didn't know that this data was not supposed to go out of the organization. So again, minimal impact, very simple to implement. And we're going to give it up to Adam here to walk you through the next step.
Thanks, Raphael. So when we talk about the crawl, walk, run phase, these aren't phases that have to be months and months apart. You can iterate through this model quite quickly, but what it gives you the ability to do is assess the success of the previous stage. So you can implement a set of features, you can take a checkpoint and say, are we happy with that? Did it work as expected? Are the users happy? Help desk, everything's looking okay. We can then look at moving on to the next phase. So if I go the right way. There we go, walk phase, sorry about that. So in the walk phase, we're going to sort of start to increase the complexity a little bit and hopefully start to introduce some real value. We've got encryption we introduce in this phase, as well as some automation. And the key thing around the encryption side is it's focused on the internal encryption. So we'll do something for the whole organization. We'll set that permission on the most sensitive label, and we'll get to set that as broad as is acceptable. And generally speaking, and we do the same thing here at Microsoft, Contoso, all employees, full control. The advantage we have here is, as an organization, you own that infrastructure and you control all those devices internally at your organization. There's a high level of success for consuming that encryption without problems. The main challenge I see with customers when they're looking at internal encryption is when you have line of business applications. If you've got a line of business application that reasons over content today, it's analyzing Excel, it's adding some data, and then it's passing it off for another department, all of a sudden you've turned on encryption and that file is now opaque. It's important to plan for this phase. When you do the manual classification side of things, or even just the automated classification, it works. It doesn't break anything. When we introduce encryption, is the first time where we can actually start breaking a user's workflow. So it's important we plan for this stage. And as I said, when you're turning encryption on internally, it's generally very successful. There's very few issues. It's really around those line of business applications. And so planning and identifying those systems ahead of time is super important. As Raphael mentioned in the previous phase, we have the MIP SDK. It's the same SDK that we build our capabilities on internally. So when we announce new features and integrations, we're using the SDK. This is the same SDK that is in use with our customers and our partners. So I've got a customer in the UK that had exactly this scenario. They incorporated the SDK and they enlightened that service so that when they turned on encryption, that service could still reason over that data and perform those activities. So it's about planning when it comes to the encryption side of things. The other advantage is by applying it to the most sensitive label, it's also a much smaller set of documents. Okay, so we're reducing that risk and it gives us the opportunity to ensure that everything is working as expected and there should be few problems encountered when you're doing it for such a small amount. The next step we have is around configuring recommendations. So we're starting to look at automation here. And I use the word automation very carefully with my customers because I find if I say there's automation and they communicate that with their end users, they tend to tune out. The tool will do everything for me. It's automatic. I don't have to think about this. So when we talk about automation, I try and frame this that we're talking about assisting the user in selecting the correct label. And recommendation is great for that because it gets them involved. You can define some criteria, and you can base this on the sensitive information types we have built in Office 365. You can use a text string or a regular expression, and you define these conditions and you apply them to the label. For example, you might say, if I have 3 social security numbers, I want that label to be highly confidential. The advantage for this, as I said, it interacts with the user. They get a little prompt and they can dismiss it. You can analyze this through our AOP analytics, and I would strongly recommend that you canvas your user base because you can be quite aggressive when it comes to enabling recommendations, and then it gives you the opportunity to get that feedback. You can refine your settings on how you're configuring this data match, and then you can adjust it until you get the right balance between recommending the label and the user kind of going, well, this doesn't apply to me, and dismissing it. So it's trial and error, it's iterative development. And the next step is, so far we've talked predominantly around doing a bit of discovery in the scanner, but what are we going to do with that data? So what we can do is if we've defined automatic conditions in the portal, so scanner doesn't work with recommended because that's interactive, we can do a per profile default label, which means we can define a profile for the scanner. We can then point that at a bunch of repositories and we can just apply a default label. All documents in that library will be classified with that label. Or we can define some automation. So if we've defined these rules are not being recommended and we've said if it's 3 credit card numbers, it's confidential, the scanner can use those same configurations from the portal and you can start scanning your data. Now we suggest to scan again in discovery mode so that you can look at the results and you can assess whether it's actually quality and it's not false positives. And if it's not getting the results you expect, you can refine those conditions and run it again and rinse and repeat until you've got a high level of confidence that the scan is performing and getting the correct matches against your data. And then you can run the scan and actually get it to apply those labels. So as Raphael mentioned, ARP scanners target at SharePoint on-prem, 2010 and above, and your file servers. We don't care so much what the underlying hardware is when it comes to file servers. As long as we can talk SMB to that data, we can scan it. And then lastly, we've got Microsoft Cloud App Security. I'm just curious, quick show of hands, who's heard of CASB, or our CASB, MCAS? Keep your hands up if you're using it today. Okay, so there's some users out there. So we've got a really good integration between sensitivity labels and the MCAS product. So whereas AIP Scanner is focused on scanning your data on-premise, the MCAS Scanner obviously is scanning the data in the cloud. Because of this integration, we can do a couple of things. We can look for files and define in your file policy, if I see these conditions, again the same criteria, is it the built-in information types, is it a string, and you can search against those locations and apply a sensitivity label as an outcome. So that's giving us the ability to scan our cloud resources. It's not just SharePoint, it's anything that's connected to the MCAS service. So it can be Box or Dropbox as well. So in the walk stage, the advantages we've got is we've started to reduce some risk. We're not just looking at what we've got out of there, we're starting to actually apply some labels, and in some appropriate situations, apply some encryption as well. So we're starting to look at the fact we can reduce some of that leakage opportunity. We're starting to become a lot more compliant because we've got a much more depth look of where our data is and what type of data it is and whether it's PII or other regulatory situations. We can also start looking at things like, well, if it's our most sensitive data, we control where that goes and who accesses it. So if it gets accidentally lost or it gets outside our organization, we've got control over who can actually open that. And the advantage of this is because of the way we've approached it in the walk phase, is it's a minimal impact to the end user. As I say, when you do classification and you're applying labels, it doesn't break anything. We do introduce encryption, which has the ability to cause some challenges there. But because we're doing it to a small subset of the documentation, the most sensitive documents, we've got a lot of opportunity there to test that out, ensure that it's working as expected, before we look at expanding on that into other scenarios. And with that, I shall pass you on to Enrique.
Thank you, Adam. So now we're going to the run stage. And the run stage is slightly different from the other two. The other two are typically time-bound. In the crawl stage, you can spend a few weeks, mostly driven by the time it takes you to define your labels and maybe deploy the client if you're not going with a built-in labeling. In the walk phase, typically you spend a month, maybe a couple months, depending on how much it takes you to identify those applications that you need to enhance or to identify workarounds to handle encryption, like if you have an archival system that needs to deal with protected data, then either you work with a provider of that system so it can handle protected data, or you train your users to take actions like removing encryption before putting the data in. You identify those things. So that might be a little bit lengthier process. But then the run phase is essentially the rest of your life. It doesn't end. You're never done. There is always more to do. There's always a little bit more to adjust the knob. So let's go into what is covered there. First, you can introduce automatic labeling. In the previous phase, you introduced recommendations. the idea with recommendations is that they're not intrusive. You're suggesting that the user should do something. For example, I found 3 credit card numbers here, so I'm going to do this. If you find that consistently users are dismissing that, it's probably because you're misidentifying data, or maybe because that amount of sensitive data does not reflect the classification that you're applying. So you need to adjust. Over that period, you will optimize your rules to the point that you're confident in them, and you can turn them into automatic labeling, meaning that they will trigger without user interaction. The user is still empowered to, for example, say, nope, you got this wrong. I'm going to downgrade these because you automatically labeled as confidential, and I know it's not because, for example, it happens to be my credit card number. I'm trying to buy something on eBay. So you learn from that, but you also empower your users to take action, and they provide justification, so you keep learning. But you can be much more aggressive at this stage with what you're going to do actively instead of just asking the user. You can also introduce automatic labeling in the scanner. In the previous stages, you did it with some caution and for some limited cases. Here, once you're confident that you're properly and correctly labeling data, and that when you label data, you're not breaking stuff, you can start automatically labeling everything that looks sensitive. You can also, since the preview that we're introducing this week, start doing something similar to what you're doing with the scanner on the Office 365 properties. You can start using Office 365 DLP to scan data at rest, automatically label, and perhaps protect. Now, when it comes to encryption, as Adam said, encryption might break things. Encrypted document is by nature opaque to anything that doesn't know how to deal with that encryption. And in fact, most encryption systems were completely opaque to everything that was not the user in the past. If you were using PGP, in order to open the document, you had to decrypt it first because the application that you were using didn't understand the encryption. But moreover, any additional system that you were using, for example, DLP or e-discovery, things like that, were completely oblivious to what was in the content. They were not able to do their job because they couldn't process the encryption. So that is no longer the case with AIP. When you introduce encryption by default, the encryption should not break those systems, especially if they are part of Office 365, if they are talking about Office 365 DLP, Discovery, that kind of thing. But also, thanks to the work that we've done with our partners, Symantec, McAfee, and Forcepoint, many others, they can also process the data intelligently, and they don't have to make hard decisions such as, oh, if it's encrypted, I need to ignore it and let it go because I cannot know what's in there, which is always a very risky decision. Now, as you introduce encryption, we recommend that you start with the default encryption key management that we provide. And just like we recommend you to start with very relaxed protection policies. Don't be overly aggressive. And the reason for that is anything you do beyond that is going to take time. Defining tight restrictions, like saying, I'm not going to allow people to print these, I'm not going to allow people to copy these, requires that you make decisions about, well, who should be able to print, who should be able to copy, what are the exceptions, is this going to break anyone? And that takes time. The same thing when you start looking at key management options for the encryption. You're going to have to spend some time deciding, analyzing, doing a lot of compliance, checking with a lot of people, is this okay, checking what breaks, checking, buying hardware, for example, if you decide to bring your own key. Bring your own key involves buying a hardware security module, procuring it, setting it up, importing the keys. All that takes time. And maybe that's all for a good cause. You're doing the right thing. But you have to think that if it takes you 2 months to buy the HSM, set it up, import the key, then define tighter policies, during those 2 months, your data was clear text. And I hear a lot customers that say, oh, we need to use bring your own key because we are not allowed to use a Microsoft managed key. And I ask them, is it okay to use clear text? Yes, that's what we're doing today. Then it is okay to use any key you want. A key cannot make things worse. There is no worse encryption than no encryption. So go with the Microsoft managed key and start the process to implement a more controlled key management that you want by the HSM and all that, but don't let your data be clear text. And this is important because we've seen, contrary to the crawl, walk, run approach that we're following here, we've seen many customers that say, I'm going to plan the whole thing like if you were NASA building a rocket. We're going to plan unto the last detail, and we're going to make sure that everything is completely validated, before we start deploying anything. That means that you may be spending 2 years to do the project, which may be acceptable as a big project to achieve big things, but during those 2 years you had nothing. Not only you had nothing to show to your management about what you were doing, if you get compromised during that time, if data leaks during that time, it's on you. You spend a lot of time preparing something and you have not even the most basic levels of protection from day one. Whereas if you follow the approach of, okay, let's start with just labeling, and as Rafael said, the pop-ups, maybe you're blocking 50% of data leakage. Actually, 50% of data leakage is accidental, and you're preventing a lot of that by doing the basics. Then you introduce encryption, everybody full control. That gives you a lot of protection out of the box without breaking much in a few months. Now, you don't want to stop there. You want to keep looking and saying, okay, what's next? And that's when you, for example, start looking at the key management options. The default option is Microsoft Managed Key. Then you have Bring Your Own Key, in which the key is also hosted in the cloud, but is provisioned by you via hardware security module. So you have more control of the key lifecycle. You get some assurances that the key cannot be exported or shared, that kind of thing. And it helps you with a lot of compliance things. And then you have also Hold Your Own Key, which we tell customers not to use unless you have very, very specific requirements to use it. The reason for that is because Hold Your Own Key is designed to make the content opaque to anybody that's not you. And that includes Microsoft, which sounds great until you think that you're using Microsoft services that should be able to look into your data, like Office 365. So if you decide to use Hold Your Own Key, you are breaking things like e-discovery in the cloud, or searching, or rendering in the web browser. So use that. If you decide to use that, use it for very specific things. But also, Hold Your Own Key takes a long time to deploy, build it out. It doesn't have a very clear future, though we're working on new options to implement equivalent options to Hold Your Own Key, and I'm going to be talking about that in a session tomorrow, in which we will cover these phases, but more from the side of point of view of protection, including encryption. So if you're interested in that topic, we're going to go to that session. We're going to give you the pointer later. But if you decide to do Hold Your Own Key, then that will take time. Don't be completely unprotected until you do that. Protect everything. And one nice thing is that with the new scanner and the new clients, if you decide to go with that one key approach and later add Bring Your Own Key or Hold Your Own Key, it will automatically re-encrypt stuff with a new policy that you apply to those labels. So if something was classified as highly confidential and you change the key, then, or change the key management solution, then you get a lot of benefits. So in addition to that, during this phase, you're going to be using and leveraging analytics to analyze and basically do what if I adjust the knobs this way, if I increase the encryption, if I change the policy. So for example, instead of everybody full control, I say my marketing department can view and print, but this other department cannot do this with this key. You use analytics and the new features like DLP test mode to play with the data and to analyze the impact of those changes. And one nice thing is that by this point, you have a lot of data. You have everything that came from the AIP client, everything that came from the AIP scanner, what came from MCAS, what came from DLP. All that data allows you to make informed decisions about the knobs that you want to adjust and what the potential impact is. So you don't take big risks, which you will take if you decide to go with a big bang approach instead of a phased approach. So in analytics, as I said, you get signals from the clients, you get signals from different systems that are part of a MIP SDK. Today, we're a little bit fragmented there because you have some signals going to the Office analytics, some going to the AIP analytics. We're working on consolidating that, so for a few months you're going to have to look into two places, but the data is all there, and it's a very rich set of data to allow you to analyze the impact of your decisions. At this point, during this phase, you address probably all the remaining risks that you see to data leakage. Whereas in the previous phases, you were dealing with accidental leakage, innocent oversharing, maybe some negligent behavior, device loss, that kind of thing. Here, you are protecting your high sensitive data against negligent misuse because you can, for example, prevent screenshots. You can prevent printing, things that could lead to data leak. You can prevent oversharing forcefully, saying, no, you cannot forward these to the data. Of course, we always hear but what about somebody taking a picture with a phone or something like that? Yeah, if the user is determined to share the data, to like steal the data, and you give them access to that same user that's malicious, yeah, the data is already lost. They could just as well pick up the phone and tell somebody else. But it's very rare that that occurs because the user cannot deny that they knew what they were doing if they have to go through to exploit loopholes in order to share the data. And that means that it's very rare that they will do it, especially when they know you're tracking all this. You know when they open the document, you know what they did with the data, so that gives you a lot of power. You address problems with non-compliance with regulations. For example, if you decide to use bring your own key, or if you decide to use hold your own key for some data, you address the risk of non-compliance to those specific regulations, which are very specific and not necessarily applicable to all customers, but that's one option that you have. You prevent more oversharing of data because whereas before you were applying that kind of policy like DLP encryption to the top sensitive data, now you're extending that to lower classifications and getting more coverage. And you can, through integration with third-party apps at this stage, for example, integrating with a DLP system, integrating with a SAP, integrating with Power BI, or with your own apps, you are extending protection to be automatic when the data comes out of these systems, so it's never unprotected. So, and as I said, this is never a never-ending phase. You continue adding value, you continue enhancing things, we continue enhancing things, so you basically are improving your protection as you go over the next several years. But another good thing is at the end of this stage, or not at the end, it never ends, but during this stage, you are making sure that your scenarios don't break, that if you have an archival system, if you have a DLP system, if you have a line of business application, they are all natively integrated with AIP, and that's part of the reason why it never ends, because you will discover new apps, people will bring new apps, and you keep enhancing them and making sure that everything continues to work seamlessly. So with that, we're going to do, sorry? Yeah, we're going to do a few demos about the different technologies that we introduced during these phases. As I think we mentioned initially, this is not a roadmap session. What we're going to be showing is mostly stuff that is already available that you should be able to implement immediately today in your environment.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Thanks. Thanks, Enrique. And yeah, so I think when we came up with this approach, I think you will be engaging different people along the journey. And so that's why we kind of broke it up into different teams here. So this is kind of representative of what you will go through when you're deploying the solutions. We talked about analytics. This is the existing log analytics portal and AIP and the Azure portal. A lot of this is going to be moving to a new analytics and portal in the Security and Compliance Center. So you will be seeing that change announced here shortly in the next coming months. So stay tuned for that. I'll show you real quick just a few of the things that we discussed. So for example, here's my my VM, and let me see if I can bring up my demo. So here, this is online, if you haven't seen it, the ability to have sensitivity labels applied on the OWA, on the applications online for Office. So this is a policy that I have configured to recommend the label. So this is the one that we mentioned where you want to start recommending on the walk stage. You can see that working online as well. You also have the ability to enforce users to give you an explanation why they want to downgrade a label, for example. And the other one is about having auto classification. When you get to that stage, it's already available in OWA. As you can see here, I added some social security number. Before I send it out, the policy went ahead and applied a label to the email. So that's the that's a capability you can do there. And lastly here, let me see if I can play with the screen a little bit so that you guys can see it. Yep, looks, I have an email that I want to send out. I've classified it as highly confidential. I'm just going to go send this out. And again, the Outlook pop-up is reminding the user that they shouldn't send this information out or because it's highly confidential. And if they are, well, tell me why you need to send it out. So that gives them, again, it's an educational tool as well, because it reminds them of the sensitivity of the data and how they should handle it. So those are kind of the quick demos I wanted to show you. So I'll give back to Mabi to close us out.
Thank you, Rafael. So you've seen everything, and I bet you are curious to know how you can get started. So if you are an existing AIP customer, and show of hands, who is already using AIP and using the AIP portal? It's time to migrate. If you want to use all your labels and you want to see labels on Mac, iOS, Android, PDFs integrated already, you need to migrate your labels to the SEC portal. We're here to help you. And if you can scan this QR code or go to that URL, aka.ms, UL migration help, just fill out the form. We're ready to help. And we also have some bunch of postcards here in case you forget. So we can do that for you. If you are a new customer, you don't need to do anything because you'll start right away from the SEC portal. Everything is already there. You can just go and configure your policy. And with that, I also want to point out a few of information protection sessions that we have, especially tomorrow if you want to hear Enrique talks about how to protect your data. That's tomorrow at 9 a.m., breakout 3101. I highly recommend you come and hear from the experts how to actually protect your data. And with that, we want to open up the stage for questions. We deliberately allowed some time for questions because we know there are always a lot of questions from the audience, and we don't want to miss that out. So feel free to ask questions, and if not, we have some of our own.
Hello. Yeah, sorry. I have a question about key management. So you mentioned about Azure managed keys and bring your own keys and host your own keys. I'd like to have your input about using or taking advantage of multi-clouds, like I will generate and manage my keys in AWS to encrypt data on Azure and vice versa. I'd like to have your input on opinions on that. Thank you.
Yes, as of today, Azure Information Protection uses the keys that are either in the built-in key storage as part of AIP or in Azure Key Vault, or for hold your own key, you can host your keys in ADRMS on premises in a Windows server or in a hardware security module. We are launching a private preview of a new approach this week. Doesn't yet have a name, but is tentatively referred to as dual key encryption. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow, 9 a.m. That session is going to be very similar to this one, but focus on the protection and encryption and how do you progress around that. And the idea being that you can encrypt with AIP, and on top of that, encrypt with a key that you host wherever you want, including putting that key in Amazon or in an on-premises server. You choose whether the key is hosted in your environment or somebody else's environment or in Microsoft. So whatever case it is, you can protect the data. The limitations are similar to the ones in hold your own key, but it's a much easier to deploy thing. And to be clear, those limitations are intentional. You're trying to make your data opaque to Microsoft, because the minute you're making your data transparent to Microsoft, there is no point in protecting your data from Microsoft. So use those things with care. If you're interested in learning more about that, join us tomorrow at 9, and we'll go a little bit deeper, and also the people developing that solution are going to be in that session.
Hi. As a current E3 customer, I was curious, what are the requirements for these 3 phases as far as a licensing perspective?
So most of the functionality that we described is available in AIP P1 or also for Office documents in Office 365 E3. The one in the crawl phase that is not included, which is optional but really a nice thing to introduce, is the DLP pop-ups that Rafael just showed. That's an AIP P2 feature. If you're not AIP P2, you will need to implement DLP rules in the back end, which are not as interactive, so a little bit more potential for intruding into the user's experience. because suddenly they send an email and they get an NDR because it will not be delivered, or maybe they get a tooltip or something, but it's not as rich as the experience offered by AIPP2 there.
So follow-up question with that is AIP2 add-on, or does that require E5?
AIPP2 is part of EMS E5, not of Office 365 E5.
Okay, thanks.
A quick one. So bring your own device, Microsoft Outlook managed app on my own personal device. Can you block screen snaps? So if I want to take a screenshot of confidential data on my business Outlook on my personal device.
That's an interesting challenge because we try. On Windows, for example, we block screenshots if the policy says no screenshots. I'm talking specifically about AIP, not talking about, for example, MDM solutions here. So in Office, we try to block screenshots. Now, in Windows, we do that. In Android, we do that. On iOS, Apple does not allow applications, individual applications, to block screenshots. So you need an MDM that blocks the screenshots to do that separately. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to convince Apple to allow us to block screenshots from the app. We keep trying. Maybe we'll be able to do it soon. For now, if you want to block screenshots on mobile devices, you will need to deploy an MDM that can do that for you.
Thank you.
Thanks. The one issue that I've come across with trying to roll out encryption with AIP is the fact that it breaks co-authoring, for example, with SharePoint, which is a big thing that we've sold to our users. Is there any plan, or is it possible for that to be resolved, or is it just a technical limitation?
Oh, we have great news for you.
Your wish has been granted. So this week we are launching the public preview for built-in integration of labels and protection into SharePoint, which means that you can now view protected documents and view the snapshots and all that in SharePoint, Teams, and OneDrive. In addition to that, we are giving the first steps in handling co-authoring. Now, today we're doing it in the web interfaces. So you can do co-author on protected documents and labeled documents in the web. We are working to enable that also on the client applications, which is a little bit harder because synchronizing partial updates to documents with encryption is a bit harder, but we're working on that. But today, the situation is if the user needs to do co-authoring, they can at least do it from the web app. And also
eDiscovery, so that's available as well. And the nice thing about eDiscovery is if someone that is not part of a template and is not allowed to view a certain document, when he searches for keywords or something, he will not even see this document come up in his search results.
That's great, thanks.
Welcome.
Hi, I see that AIP is available for third-party solutions, things like CAD and Adobe, things like that. When is it going to become available for OneNote and for Whiteboard?
I was dreaming that question. OneNote is challenging because it's one of the few systems that we have in the Office 365 suite which is not document-based. You don't have a single file that is typically of the same level. So we've been talking with the OneNote team and we've been accumulating evidence. The challenging thing is that a single OneNote file might have data in different nodes of different categories with requiring different protection, so we will need to encrypt at different levels, different parts. And the OneNote team is trying to understand what does it mean to apply a label to a note. Is that per note? Is that per book? Is that per file? Is there inheritance? Like when you label the whole notebook, does each of the different notes that you take inherit that? So we are in the discussions. I encourage you to go to our user voice site, which is, I think it's msip.uservoice.com, and there is a feature there for OneNote. Sign in there, put your comments, especially comments about how do you want us to protect, for example, mismatched data within a note. We will use that with the OneNote team to decide on the best approach.
Okay. Any more questions?
Yes.
Left.
Over here. Can you talk a little bit more about your plans for migrating the reporting capability from the Azure portal over into the Office portal?
Yeah. So we are working on that right now. We're going to start a private preview next week and a public preview in the next few months. You will have the ability to have Activity Explorer, Content Explorer, and everything that you already have today in the Analytics portal. We're planning to shift it to the SEC portal with more capabilities. That is still in the works, and I don't know if you were here yesterday. We did show some of the capabilities. We don't have yet, I'm sorry. The MCAS logs will not yet be available. We're working on that as well.
Okay.
One important consideration is if the platforms are different and these are different locations for logging, but the actual data that goes there is easily correlatable. So while we're doing that transition, you will still be able to combine the data from the different sources. Just get the logs from the two and combine it because they have the same correlation IDs. For example, the document ID and things like that. It's on you, so we're not trying to delegate the work, but for now, you can do that if you need to create something that uses information that comes from the, for example, Office DLP side in combination with the logs that we have in AIP before we have finalized that transition.
Right, and that's actually a screenshot from the new SEC Analytics portal.
Okay. In general, the Azure reporting stuff is a lot better than the Office reporting stuff.
That's what we're not done yet.
But we're still working on that. Any more questions? Good. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming.
There is a question there.
There's a question? Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. What is the timeline for unified in the government cloud?
That's a very, very good question. I'm afraid we don't have any timelines for it right now, but we are working on that.
Can I suggest that you drop by the booth? One of our team members that handles the sovereign data centers is in the booth right now, and in the information protection booth in the Microsoft section, and he will be able to provide some details, probably not exact dates, but he can provide you with updates on where that sits.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I didn't miss anyone? Oh, one more question.
Just a quick question. One of the features we like very much about AIP is the track and revoke option. Having us moving into unified labeling, is there any sort of time frame when we can start using that?
Yes, one of my favorite topics. I wrote a blog or two on that, if you've been keeping track on the AIP blog. We are investigating a new approach, a new portal, but in the meantime, in the next several weeks or so, we're going to be releasing several PowerShells commands that you'll be able to use to get a content ID from a document, and then as an administrator, be able to revoke access to a document. So that's coming in PowerShell format, and we are investigating the possibility of bringing another portal that can be used. So we want your feedback on that. Anything to add?
I wanted to add that we are trying to separate two needs that we kind of conflated incorrectly in the past, which is the administrator tracking and revocation and the end user tracking and revocation. We built something focused on end users. It turns out that what customers wanted really was more administrator tracking, and we really didn't have a good solution there. We shipped AIP Analytics, which initially didn't cover that functionality, but with the latest updates, you can actually use that for identifying access to protect information, and that's what Rafael was mentioning. He blogged about how to use those logs, and it includes some queries there to show you how to do it, for tracking access to data, and an administrator can do it. So on the tracking side, for the administrator scenario, we are pretty well covered. With what Rafael blogged, also you can build your own tracking portal with very rich capabilities and do fancy stuff like limiting who can track whose documents, that kind of thing. And actually, it's not that terribly hard. I don't want to minimize the job you did, but it's just a few dozen lines of code, and you are doing something. On the revocation, all that works with unified labeling as well. On the revocation side, unfortunately, we don't have the solution today, but as Rafa said, we are getting closer to release a PowerShell tool that basically, from that portal, you capture a document, you put it in the command line, and then you revoke it. So beyond that, we're looking into putting the revocation functionality back into the client. We didn't remove it out of laziness. We removed it because we realized that the current tracking and revocation functionality was not good enough to warrant that space, and actually customers were not using it, which told us that either it's not needed or it's not good. Turns out that it is needed. So we are working on that, and hopefully soon we will have it back in the UI with full capability.
Question? Yeah.
You showed how Outlook could auto suggest labels based on the content of the email. Does that apply to attachments, and especially the attachments such as free-form text files, not Office files, or the source code or something like that?
Automatic labeling based on content.
On the attachment.
And the content of the attachment. It does work on the web. I'm not sure if it's already in the clients. In the Outlook on the web.
Works, but not on the web yet.
No, in the web it does.
For
And yeah, for attachments also.
So it
And,
looks like it's there.
yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's the scope with the built-in label. Actually, I think it's not in the built-in labeling yet, but it's a part of what we consider baseline scenario, so it's going to get there.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. That's it? Oh.
Yes, sorry, just a small question. Maybe I didn't catch it. The issue with the remote portal, will it remain the same as it is? From the user point of view?
So the existing tracking and revocation portal will be deprecated as soon as we can, because it really didn't live up to its expectations. People, we did some analytics, some analysis on that a while ago, and we found that it was one of the features most often people tried and less often people utilized multiple times. So that told us this is not what we want to ship. So we're gonna take that out. As I said, our focus currently is on using analytics to provide that data, and the thing that Rafael did allows you to create your own, bring your own portal, essentially, and create your own tracking portal. We are looking and we're working with the Office team in bringing back some functionality for the end user. Right now, we want to have something that is good and solid for the administrators, because that's where the biggest gap is. And typically when somebody says, hey, I messed up, I did it, they call help desk. So we don't want to rely on users knowing what to do. They call help desk, they do the right thing. So we want to provide them with the right tools to do tracking and to do revocation. Phase 2, we're working with the Office team to provide tracking from within the Office ecosystem of data, but that doesn't have committed timelines yet.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you.